Christopher Bowman, once America's strongest hope. Earlier in the day, we heard him talking to his two new coaches.
Okay. I'll get all of the energy I've worked for and put it together into the feeling of the program.
For more on the Christopher Bowman soap opera, here's Tracy Wilson.
Vern, Christopher Bowman has held a vow of silence during this competition. No interviews were granted to the media. But I spoke with Christopher, and he said, Tracy, there's really nothing to tell, except that it's going to take time. Anytime you make drastic changes, it takes time to see the results. At last year's World Figure Skating Championships, Christopher Bowman was once again the showman. But the focus of his theatrics centered not around his bronze medal performance. Instead, attention centered around his rocky 18-year relationship with coach Frank Carroll. It was an image that troubled Christopher, an image that needed to change.
I thought maybe. Well, I mean, you were like right here, and you know, I'm thinking we had time. Okay. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'd love to have a drink. I haven't even had dinner.
Help me.
Where are you going? Are you coming downstairs?
I'm a prisoner.
Oh, you can't. Prisoner in your own mind.
I wouldn't say he's out of control, but I think he's near being out of control. And, you know, I try to do what I can, but sometimes I'm very frustrated.
Yeah. Do you think you drive Frank crazy?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I do drive. I think I drive a lot of people crazy with, I think, my attitude. And some people, I think, enjoy it, and some people don't. I mean, it's very mixed. That's why it's kind of controversial. I would like it to be, you know, Christopher Bowman, you know, the world champion, the Olympic champion, and do everything that it takes to get there. But at the same time, I don't want it to be where, you know, I'm held back as a person.
6 months later, the situation worsened at the Goodwill Games in Seattle. Overweight and out of shape, Bowman huffed and puffed his way to a 6th-place finish.
I think that training is really is the key thing. The training for me, I've had some difficult training adjustments, locations, things like that. I'm working through it. It's the middle of the year, and I got to pick myself up and go forward. That's the only way I can determine whether I'm going to be the best or not.
Bowman realized his days with Carroll were finished. Looking to discover himself, Bowman left California and headed north to Toronto, where he started anew with coach Ellen Burka and 1976 Olympic bronze medalist Toller Cranston. Burka and Cranston realized Bowman needed a transformation. He's a new Christopher in practice. He's serious, focused, and intense. But the Christopher who was so willing to share his opinions and his spirit with us last year is gone. Part of his treatment is silence to the media.
There's nothing to be said. There's nothing that he can possibly say. What can he say? I'm like a changed person. The only thing that he can do is to skate well and prove to everybody through his skating that he really wants to do it, that he's a reformed athlete, and that he is putting his best foot forward. But there's nothing to be said.